What's good, everybody? Happy Sunday. Hope everybody's doing well. Gonna do a talking video. Gonna try to move through this pretty fast. I've been wanting to do this video for a while as things were happening, but I haven't had time to do it. And the longer I've waited, the more that has happened, and the more intertwined and um, domino effect has taken place. And is in motion for the Cowboys. So let's talk about free agency and some things that have happened real quick. A lot of Cowboys fans were pretty upset the first few days of free agency. They felt like we were making these low impact bargain bin shopping type free agency additions, and I don't necessarily disagree, but you have to have depth, and as you see the dominoes fall, you start to understand why they were doing what they were doing. So the first attention went to the defensive line. You saw him pick up Terrell Basham from the Jets. Um, the the reason they picked up Terrell Basham was to replace Alden Smith. Okay, I don't think it's official yet that Alden Smith won't be back, but I don't think he will. I'm hearing that he won't. And what I've heard and read, and I'm not saying that I have any special information, this is a personal thing that Alden Smith isn't ready to play football. And to me, that sounds like shoot your prayers up for Alden Smith. But I don't think he's going to be back. I don't think he was going to start anyway. I think your starters were going to be Randy Gregory, which I'm going to do a video on Randy Gregory maybe later this week or early next week. Your starters, I think, are going to be Randy Gregory and DeMarcus Lawrence. I think Basham was brought in to do one thing, and that's rush the passer. I think he's an upgrade from Dorrance Armstrong. I don't know if he's an upgrade on Alden Smith. The one thing I will say on Smith, and I don't dislike the guy, but I think he had, 5 sacks? 3 of them in one game versus Seattle early on. I think week 1 he had a sack. Chris Collinsworth gushed over him the entire game on a primetime, I think, Sunday night game. Was going to have 15 sacks. He ended up with 5 for the whole year after having 4 in the first 3 weeks. I don't know if that was just him not being fresh or what, but he was not that impactful. And I think Basham, maybe not an upgrade, but he's younger. You see some ability there. The guy can make plays. So be interesting to see what Basham does. I did not intend to talk about that situation this long. They signed Brent Urban, basically a run-stopping defensive lineman from the Bears. I like this signing. I think this might have the most upside for our team because we need run stoppers. We were second to last in the league in stopping the run last year. Teams ran all over us. It was our issue 2 years before, including the playoffs when the Rams ran all over us. We need run stoppers up front. We need to free our linebackers up. So I like this addition, Brent Urban. He is a good run-stopping defensive lineman. Carlos Watkins from the Texans, I think a depth pickup. They did get an offensive tackle. I might butcher this guy's name, Ty Nsekhe. So Cam Irvin, who was a backup for us that once had a lot of promise, never really panned out. He moved on. I think Nsekhe fills that role. And with the problems we've had at offensive tackle, I think this will be a good insurance policy to have for the Cowboys. So the defensive line stuff has all been like domino effect. Like things were happening before things. They're signing guys before guys leave. Tyrone Crawford retired also. Versatile, played every position for us. Every game of his career was a Cowboy. I think they stayed about the same on the defensive line. I think they're going to be better on the defensive line. Number one, thanks to a new scheme. Not a new scheme, a bring back a more similar scheme to what we used to have, or a scheme that fits the players better. Um, Mike McCarthy has all but admitted that last season they tried to do too much. They tried to install a new defense, basically via Zoom meetings preseason, and obviously it didn't work. So I think going back to a more traditional 4-3 is going to help our down linemen and our linebackers, which is sort of where I'm going next, but feels kind of hybrid here. So Chidobe Awuzie, gone. Xavier Woods, gone. Okay. Jaron Curse, signed him. Again, people are like, bargain bin, why are we signing this guy? I think we signed him to play special teams. He's 6'4", 215. He's a big dude. And I think we signed him to back up at strong safety. He can get down in the box. He can make plays. I don't think he's a starter. Keanu O'Neal, on the other hand, what an interesting situation that has been and was and pickup. So Dan Quinn is our defensive coordinator. Obviously, they're starting to pick up these guys that have history with Dan Quinn. Keanu O'Neal is an oversized, strong safety that thrives in the box. So the Cowboys immediately sign him. There's speculation. What happens to this guy? So this guy burst on the scene last year. He finally gets playing time. Donovan Wilson burst on the scene and is making plays all over the field. Makes a lot of mistakes too, but Donovan Wilson is a ball hawk. And folks are worried that Donovan Wilson is going to get moved out of that strong safety position. I think you're going to see a little bit of both of these guys at strong safety. I don't know if they're completely sold on Donovan yet as a every down 16 game starter. I think you'll see a little bit of Keanu O'Neal at strong safety. I think he will move into the box as a weak side linebacker, make plays that moves Jalen and Van Der Esch around a little bit. And maybe that speaks to the long-term commitment to Jalen and Van Der Esch. I'm not sure what our future is at linebacker. I don't think it can be long-term Keanu O'Neal, but I think he's going to be in the box a lot. It's going to be interesting. He is versatile. He's his weakness, his strength is tackling folks in the box, making plays. His weakness is covering fast receivers, wide receivers, and fast running backs. So it makes sense for him to be in the box. We'll see. I think number one, I think this guy has a breakout year. I think Donovan Wilson is primed to become a well-known starting strong safety. They kept Jordan Lewis. I think he's going to play the slot. I'm glad they kept him. I like Jordan Lewis. I think they overpaid him. I don't think he's a great slot corner, but I think he's good. They kept C.J. Goodwin. I like it. Special teamer. The interesting thing is they lost Awuzie. You haven't seen him sign a corner. And I think that plays directly into this upcoming draft and what we've always thought was going to happen in this draft. And some things have happened draft-wise. Oh, let me back up. I forgot one huge signing, and that's Devonte Kz. Another Dan Quinn guy, another guy from Atlanta, free safety. So with Xavier Woods leaving, Devonte Kz is going to be your starting free safety. Not a great tackler, but a ball hawk. 7 interceptions in 2018. That's more than Xavier Woods had his entire career. That's what you want from a free safety. You want a free safety that can cover and make plays on the ball. This guy is it. He's coming off an Achilles, so that's troublesome. That worries me. He's smallish, but he's a ball hawk. And if the Cowboys have had issues in the defense the past 5 years, it's been turnovers. This guy creates turnovers. If you watch his highlight reel, I want to do something for you here. If you're a Cowboys fan, do yourself a favor and go subscribe to this guy, DC Space for Life. great channel, and he puts together these highlight videos of not only current Cowboys, but guys that are incoming. You see KZ right there, Curse. There's Crawford, he retired. And watch some highlights of these guys coming in. All right, I'm gonna switch back for you. So yeah, check out the highlights for KZ, and you'll see, he gets a lot of interceptions off of tip balls, deflections, and I don't know if that's luck or if it's intuition or field awareness, being in the right place at the right time. There's got to be something to it. But he's an upgrade on Xavier Woods, no doubt, hands down. So I think we're set at safety. You've got KZ at your free safety, Donovan Wilson at your strong safety, fingers crossed, ready to break out. Keanu O'Neal and Curse can also play strong safety. I think that Neal moves around into the box, which pushes Jalen and Van Der Esch around a little bit. There might be some different ways to play that in different packages. That's going to be interesting. Still haven't heard anything on Sean Lee. I don't think he's coming back. I don't know. I don't have any information. I haven't heard anything. I haven't read anything. I don't think Sean Lee is coming back. But, man, would love to see Sean Lee somehow get involved in coaching. But we'll see. Which moves me to corner. And I think is very telling that, a starting corner, we lost Awuzie. We haven't signed a corner. We haven't signed a corner. And I think that points you straight to the draft. I'm fingers crossed hoping it does. And there's been a lot of change in the draft, some to our favor, some maybe not. First of all, the 49ers traded up. So the 49ers have traded up from, I believe, 12 to 3. They got the Dolphins' number 3 pick. I think that does a lot because, number one, it shows the Dolphins are invested in Tua, that they're not going to draft a quarterback. Number two, I think the 49ers do not trade up to number 3 if they're not going to draft a quarterback. So I think the 49ers are going to draft a quarterback. So now I think the 49ers are in that 3 spot. They're going to take an offensive player, which is good for us because we want defense. So then the Dolphins went and they traded with the Eagles to get the number 6 pick. That one is interesting, but I still think that the Dolphins are going to go offensive line there to invest in and protect Tua, or take this big hulking tight end whose name is slipping my mind right now, or take that tight end for Tua. I think they're going to invest in Tua there. I think it's laying the groundwork for us for a corner to fall to 10. Denver is what scares me at 9. The question is, which corner is it going to be? And Caleb Farley, who I think might have been number 1 on a lot of people's boards recently, had back surgery. He's come out publicly and said, hey, it was just it fixed me. I'm good. But he because of this, he's not able to participate in the combine. And, it definitely, there's a question mark out there. And I don't know if he's going to go that high. I think he'll be there if we want him. But the invest in this kid that's got an injury history, he sat out entire year last year for COVID. I think he's played like 23 college games. He says he's the best corner in the draft. Or does Patrick Surtain fall to us at 10? That's what I want. I want Surtain. He impressed in the combine too. One of his concerns was speed. He ran a respectable 40. So that's my guy, Surtain. And then J.C. Horn's on the board also. I've heard some talk that this draft could cause the Cowboys to just draft the best player available, like they did last year when CD was there. Like they took a guy they didn't really need. I hope not, because we need a corner. And I really feel like if we get that corner, along with the other things we've done, that this defense has a chance to be good. I don't think they're going to be great. They have a chance to be good, and I think that's all they need to be with this offense. I know this video is running long, but a couple other things. So what's left, right? We talked about Sean Lee. I guess Alden Smith is still kind of out there, but again, I don't think he's coming back. What else? KJ Wright. So there's a lot of talk about KJ Wright, dream destination for the Cowboys. I know the Cowboys are talking to him. He's got that Dan Quinn connection. I think that could happen. And if we get KJ Wright, I think all of a sudden this defense becomes really good, especially if they get Surtain, a starting corner. You know, and then that second pick too. What do we do with that second pick? Is there an offensive lineman still around? Do we still draft a safety? Do we still draft a free safety? We could. Everything becomes really interesting as these dominoes fall. And then lastly, for me personally, is Amari Cooper and this wide receiver conundrum that having three really good wide receivers has created. And, you know, I thought Cooper was going to be the first guy the Cowboys like pushed the button on and basically extended. And he wasn't. It wasn't Cooper. They didn't push the button on Jalen, which I think what this means, and I don't know, this is just my gut. I think the Cowboys it's like play it by ear. So Amari, if they don't push the button on his contract, they can let him go next after this year. Gallup is a free agent after this year, so they have a decision to make. You know, keep Amari or keep Gallup. Amari going to cost a lot more. I don't know. Maybe they want to see how this year goes. I don't think they keep all three along with CD. I think they know CeeDee Lamb is going to be a stud. But I think it creates a conundrum here, and it's a scary one for me because I hate to see Amari go. He's one of my favorite players, but in the long run, you cannot pay everybody in Amari. He does have a big contract, so that one's on the horizon. I will say that I still think we may see them push the button on Amari if they have to. In other words, if they need the money to sign, like something falls in their lap, but I don't think they're going to. If they don't have to. So interesting to see what happens there. You know, Amari, this might be his last year with the Cowboys. And maybe we end up keeping Gallup, who was a guy that just, if you asked me 3 weeks ago, I thought was the odd man out. I thought Gallup was a guy they might even trade for Gilmore from New England, which was just completely a rumor. But things change every day. So that's what I have heard and have seen. And man, I when you follow all this stuff, I find it incredibly interesting, the dynamics and the way it falls out. So anyhow, no cards for this one, just talking a little Cowboys. This one will get like 20 views, but that's all good. Appreciate y'all watching. Keep it real. Bye.